Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Valorant Summer Showdown 2021, presented by PixelScope Entertainment. I'm your host, Aahna Aiden, and with me is Zatakster.
Yep, Aahna, and today we've got the two teams, Weird Esports versus Vilixum, going head to head in a best of three series. And yeah, before we get into map picks and agent comps eventually, any kind of context you have with both teams, I for one see the likes of Bad Love and Rio coming in to play this match, and I'm excited because I've seen those two players in specific play before, and yeah, we're in for a treat. I know I keep saying it, but the players time and time again prove to be entertaining ones, so I just have to mention it every time.
That's absolutely right. I think we're gonna have some really cool gameplay to watch, considering all the maps are such amazing ones. We have Haven, we have Ascent, and we've also got the last map that is Icebox. All three are like really twisted maps where you can actually go ahead and do a lot of stuff with all your creativity and your strategic gameplay. Again, with those maps, the better point is that we have these caliber teams like Weird and H2NF Vilixum. So they are literally the teams that can actually go ahead and capitalize on that opportunity of such twisted maps. So I'm really excited to see what's coming forward.
Yeah, me too. And like I mentioned, Weird Esports' lineup of players, I'm rather curious to see out there. And first map pick being over from Weird Esports' side, if I'm not wrong, Haven. So
That's right.
yeah, not the first time we've seen Haven as the first map pick. I believe the first time I was here casting for PixelScope as well, we got to see it. Haven proves to be entertaining time and time again, and I'm sure it will be once again.
Absolutely. And one thing that I love watching on Haven is when the defenders literally bolt out, even though they have to take care of three sides, they just bolt all the way out, and they're like, you know what? This is the line. We fight on this border and don't even make your way in. So that's the kind of fight I really enjoy seeing on Haven, and I'm expecting to see a little bit of that. But yeah, with that, before we dive into the match, I just want to give a huge shout out to our associate partners, that is Goodnight Esports. Thanks a lot for bringing this tournament here. And sorry, it's not a
Yeah.
tournament, it's an event. Yeah, so thanks for bringing this event here. And I'm really grateful for the whole. For the whole teams that came into action here, because there were some really good teams that showed up this time.
Indeed, and like you mentioned on that point of defenders pushing out, even though they're on the defense, that's kind of a trend happening here in Valorant Summer Showdown, isn't it? Seeing these
That's right.
teams on defense pushing out more often than not. Of course, one or two rounds changing up the switching up the strategy of approach, being on the defense is obviously how the game works competitively. But yeah, we've seen that trend develop, and hopefully we'll see it here today as well as we head on to agent comps between
That's right.
Beard Esports
I Go ahead.
and Vilixim. Take it away.
Yeah, Velixum is going in with defense. So I'm already seeing two duelists there. It's still not logged in by Dexter yet, but okay, it is now. So double duelists coming in from the side of Velixum, and from the side of Weird, I don't see the pick from Bad Love yet, but I'm expecting it to be a double duelist again on both the sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vilixum pretty clear in their heads on what agents to pick. But yeah, Weird Esports taking their time, deciding how they want to play Haven, and clearly we're not going to see a non-duelist agent comp. At least that's what it seems like it, as Sasmi F is seems pretty hell bent on that Phoenix. Phoenix on either side would be great to see. I don't think we've seen that in the Valorant Summer Showdown till now. So entertaining. An Astra pick coming through from Vilixum as well. I love to see more of Astra rather than Oben and Brimstone. I still feel she's the superior controller. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will debate me on that. But yeah.
I already see a lot of hype going on in chat, so welcome everyone to the stream, and do stay here because you're gonna get the chance to vote for the team that you think is gonna win. So go ahead, do that, show your support to your teams through your votes and through likes, shares, subscribes, and super chats to us.
Of course, and seems like they've gone with a similar double duelist pick on both sides, Jet and Phoenix. along with Cypher and Soa on either side as well. So the only difference being the controllers, Omen and Astra. Interesting.
You've already put your bet on Astra
Yeah.
being the more OB
Mm-hmm.
controller. So I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
side with Omen for the sake of a good, healthy
All right.
competition here, and let's find out which one's better.
Yep. Vilixum on the Astra, Sakuna on the Astra. I'm rather curious to see how he'll play out. The plays you can do with those nebulas, right? The gravity wells and everything that comes. I feel you can really take control of a fast-paced round along with this agent, and hopefully we'll get to see that in action.
Standing ahead.
That would be interesting to watch. This time the polls are really different, so go ahead and pick the player you think is gonna be the top striker for the first map. This is getting more and more interesting every time. Good job on the management side with that.
Yep, for sure. And the round one heads on to a site. Spike will go down instantly.
That was a quick plant, wasn't it?
Yep.
With that, the whole bunch of players is completely towards the side of A right now, and we are seeing Sakuna trying to hold from the window. She secures a kill, but then gets taken out by Deadly already. With that, the defense is gonna be getting the chance to defuse.
Didn't see too much of utility deployment from the defender side, so clearly they played out gun for gun, if I might say, and picks off the first round at Haven.
That is right, and the first round itself has gone in with a defuse. So basically, we saw everything. We saw the elimination happen, we saw the plant go in, we saw the defusal happen. This is the kind of game I'm talking about. When you have teams of this caliber, I think there's not a thing that you miss out on. You get to see all of it, everything that the game has to serve you with.
Yeah, and it's always entertaining in that case. Very standard strat coming through from the attackers, all going towards C with the Cypher on the lurk towards A side with Window in specific, and a hard C push it is. Badlow enters into side, the Paranoia comes through for helping them as well. Phoenix picks off one, Tasmir F picks off his counterpart from the opponent team, while Flick2Ace picks one off, but Weird Esports is on incredible momentum right now.
That's right, we are already seeing a 2v4 situation where Arish and Astra are having a hard time kind of like, creeping their way into C just yet, because the reinforcement there available from the side of Weird is pretty strong right now.
It is, and Sakuna is trying his best to get control of site, pick off the players one by one. That's the only thing they can hope for. They are at a player disadvantage. And now they're going to split up. Probably not the wisest, but considering you're going up against the 2v3, as I said, not the wisest. Down goes Arish and down goes Sakuna as well. The attackers level out the scores. Weird Esports did a pretty good job that round.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a similar, take down the whole match through. Because these teams, they are literally toe-to-toe with each other right now. And I am pretty sure we're going to be seeing the same thing exactly happen all through.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. And sending out MF God on that lurk made sure Arish didn't have the opportunity to get a good flank on the attackers. So clearly Weird Esports smart plays, and they're going to stick with the same strat, head towards C, hard push, Bad Love in, up, and at it. He should be able to pick off one or help in that favor. Down goes Flick2Ace, Sakuna picks off Bad Love as well. You wouldn't want to have a controller out on site to be taken out just like that, Vilixum, but I guess it is what it is. Weird Esports have the site, and it's a 4v1 just like that.
And Arish is the last one left. We did not see Arish doing really good in the clutch situation last time. This time the Cypher Cam is out as well. There's tripwires. It's gonna be really tricky for him to actually make his way in. Gets taken out before even crossing the tripwire by Rio.
Yeah, unfortunate. But they have to concentrate. Send more players at least towards the A side and Garage even, if they may. The defenders, Vilixum, just to shake things up a bit for Weird Esports. However, they won't be hitting C, I presume, this round as well. Sakuna definitely has to play a bit behind. He should let the duelist go forward, in my opinion, considering he has that opportunity to deploy those utilities in Nebula and Gravity Well to control the opponents from entering site. Then again, it is what it is as they head towards B.
This is a new one. We're seeing all the defenders getting concentrated towards B while the attackers try to make their way in. The fortified, the fortification of the site is pretty good this time. The hold is good. The plant has not yet gone in. We have one man loss on both sides, and the last one has been through a shock dart. So that's a good start for the side of Vilixum right now, because currently it does not seem like Weird has it like this round.
Interesting play by Weird Esports. They got the information they wanted, and that's not something they resorted to in the last couple of rounds. So clearly now they're weighing their options of continuing towards C perhaps. Surprising they're not even considered A yet. But yeah, we might just see them push hard through Garage and take C instead.
Well, I do see a lot of deployment of utilities on C from the side of the defenders, so they are definitely gonna have a whiff of the move, and from B it's not gonna be that difficult to actually make a move. Now it's all depending on the gun game.
And Weird Esports is Sazmi F is run it back, doing that damage, picking off one player. All of the players from Vilixum are cornered into CT as the spike plant goes down at C. Sazmi F might just be the differentiator as he sits in Garage. He picks one more off. Arish is sitting there in Garage window, gets Sazmi F, but they're down to 2v2, not for long. What a hold by Weird Esports. Played that textbook and made it work.
I did not see that happening. I missed out on the fact that it was Weird Esports we were talking about. They could resort and then again implicate the same exact strat on the C side one more time, while I feel like somewhere Vilixum did lag out on the information, because again, you cannot keep letting a team go ahead and plant in the same exact spot every single time.
Of course.
And take you out.
Yeah, of course, but to Vilixum's defense, the push was coming towards B. I think changing their approach in terms of when the attackers do hold back, for example, in this case, as Weird MF God picks off Slumdoggy, A side's completely clear, guys. Vilixum has control of mid entirely, but at what cost?
3 out of 5.
Mid control is not gonna really play out if you do not have any of your sites under control. Jet is alone sitting in B, probably has an idea that he needs to move towards A, but that's gonna be just 1v4, not easy to do.
Caution. With that ambitious interest over mid, Vilixum lost a bunch of their players, and just like that, Weird Esports had an entire free site in A, and pretty much it was their round after that. Yeah, tricky stuff, but early time of the match itself, 5 rounds up. Folks in the chat, make sure you drop who you're here for. Who do you think will come out on top at the end of this Haven map? Things are looking up for Weird Esports, let's just say that now.
That's right, and I mean this time the votes were for the top fragger, and I am still seeing Sakuna being at the top right now, if I'm not wrong. Is it top? I'm sorry, I may have messed up the reading.
Yeah, he ties with Flick to Ace as Sazmi F picks off Arish at Ace side, and one by one the members of Vilixum get picked off. But Sakuna is sitting there in CT, holding back. This is what he needs to do, and the ultimate comes down. Astral form, there you go.
One enemy remaining.
Right now, with the whole concentration being towards A, Astral Wall in play, and also the Phoenix Wall in play, this is literally a very, closed combat that is going on here. With nowhere to run out of, 1v2 situation. Let's see if Dexter is gonna be able to make it or gonna choose to retreat.
Yeah, he tries his best to save that operator. Didn't work in his favor, and I think they tried their best, Vilixum, but lost out on that one again. And giving them an operator. On attacker side, you usually don't see teams go for the operator, but clearly might just work out for Weird Esports, considering Bad Love sitting there as possibly a jet main, but with 0 frags.
That should work.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough.
That is right. Right now, MF God seems to be rocking the top fragging charts with 4 more kills than Sakuna tied with Sasmi. I do like seeing Sasmi playing the Phoenix. Let me just mention that I was expecting to see Heeman, but I do appreciate Sasmi's plays as well. That was a real cool Jet Jet.
Indeed, it was Dexter destroying Battler with the Blade Storm, and he still got it. One by one, the players fall, and it's down to a 2v3 with the player advantage on your eSports side. A flank coming through from Arish didn't quite work out the way he'd like it, but with the Blade Storm out, it's anyone's guess what's gonna happen. But Sazmiev holds on outside Garage to get that final pick and the round for his team.
With that, we have finished the first quarter and a round already with a streak of 6 wins on the side of Weird. A very needed timeout coming into play.
In this 60 seconds, honestly, I'd say Vilixum has to rethink the whole strategy, considering there was a moment there where I really thought they could take the round back when Sakuna did indeed go on to his astral form and get his ultimate out. But just as he was doing that, he lost a teammate at CT. Shouldn't have happened, and it was all down to the Jet Dexter on their side. So unfortunate for them, so they'll have to change a few things for sure.
I would definitely agree with that. With 22 seconds still remaining on the active timeout, what do you think is gonna play in the favor of the defenders? I mean, if they actually come up with a new strat, like what would your strat be considering the situation that's going on currently for the defensive side?
Delay the entry, make sure there's no player on site, and then play retake. I think that's what they want to do, considering they do have the likes of Cypher on their team, but I see him deploying his abilities at B side. So it's a tricky thing. Then again, Weird eSports have this ability, like we saw that in the mid-push round, to analyze, to hold themselves back, not lose momentum, keep the game or the round in control, like they pick off one by one at mid as we see it.
That is right. Someone has very rightly said that bravery is not just stepping in, but also knowing when to step back, and that's exactly something that's been on point for the side of Weird eSports. Like, they have known when to withdraw and when to commit to a side. So that has played in their favor really well. And with that, another round towards the side of Weird. I don't think the timeout really played well for the side of defense.
Yeah, but not taking anything away from them, I think instantly they won their gunfights. Weird eSports completely reliant on one another, picked off each player from Vilixum's side one by one, going through mid, entering side. They were like a train with no brakes right at that point, and getting that plant down. Trapwire from the Cypher side over at Vilixum barely had any effect.
That's right. This one looks like a round that the defense could actually work on. They have some of the best ultimates online. However, I see Phoenix has already been taken out. But yeah, if they actually go ahead and make use of all the intel that they can collect from Sova, from Cypher, they may actually be able to, capitalize on this round and actually make a mark on this leaderboard one more time.
Yeah, definitely. The field has leveled as it was 2v2, 1v1, Cypher versus Cypher, and let the best Cypher win as a neural threat from Flick to Ace comes out. He knows the location of the other Cypher, and this time he will not lose. The better Cypher won in that case, and Vilixum picks off their second round on the map.
That is exactly something that went according to prediction, so I'm already not gonna jinx it anymore and hold off my predictions for further details until I'm completely sure.
Alright, another thing that I have to mention is how Dexter's operator plays actually benefited in that round. He was able to pick off, I have a feeling, 2 frags that round. Dexter with the operator. So yeah, that clearly helped overall with the team. We need him stepping up more and more if Vilixum stands a chance at taking this to possibly OT or even winning it before when they switch over to attacker side. But yeah, onwards to the next round.
Let's see what goes on in this one. I see the defense being very scattered currently, while the attack actually plans to push towards B. This is one where I can actually see a B plan come into play if the defense does not wrap them up just now.
but similar to what happened that particular mid-push round where they had all the info, they got all the info, they had lost Bad Love as well. They were down to the 4 players without Bad Love. This is when they decide to rotate. So clearly it's a similar round from Weird Esports. The hold, however, is much more strict from Vilixum. They're holding on to A side. They've got Dexter on A side, holding there. As run it back from SazmiF, he clears Garage. He's trying to clear more, but the run it back from Slumdoggy comes through as well. How beneficial will that end up being? It will be. SazmiF is out of the map.
That is right, and right now with all 5 players on board for the side of Vilixum, they are on a 2-man advantage, which has turned down to a 1-man advantage with Flick to Ace being taken out by Rio already. In a 4v3 situation, the plant is already about to go down inside C.
Down goes Arish as well through the smoke. Sakuna managed to pick off 2, an audacious push coming from the attackers. And down to a 1v1. Slumdoggy versus Rio. And I reckon who's gonna pick this off with Slumdoggy, as Rio was a bit too audacious, the classic there. Should be able to get that diffused. Had a brilliant 3k as well. Almost seemed like they'd let it slip this time around as well, Vilixum.
That's right. So even though there was no, immediate execution of the timeout, we are seeing that after losing that 1 round, Vilixum has picked up pace, and right now they have got their score all the way up from 1 to 3. So that's an increment in a way. Yeah.
Definitely, they'd want to finish this half with a scoreline of 5-7, and like we saw the last round, definitely what played into their favor was the fact that they were more calm and composed. They waited out for the opponents to make a move, and that run it back which came through Garage triggered Slumdoggy for his run it back as well, and getting the most important pick in my opinion of the round.
In my opinion, I feel like even if Vilixum manages to get even 1 more round, that's gonna be a good enough scoreline to walk into the second half with, because again they are on the defensive side right now, and they're gonna be on attack next round, and this is Haven. Attack is gonna have the major benefit of controlling the complete push and the side arrangements.
Yep. Definitely, and we just got to see a Hunter's Fury versus Hunter's Fury, I presume, and Arish is still standing, picks off MF God, and they're down to a 3v2. Attacker Theo tries to enter Garage, doesn't quite work in his favor. Deadly bounces, makes it, but gets one frag on Sakuna, gets Dexter, and he gets Arish to 3k. What a hold by Deadly, brings home the round for his team.
Last round before
so far it seems like my controller pick is better than yours.
Fair enough, I'll take that hit. But then again, 3-8 the scoreline, anything's possible. They'll want to end on a high with this round going in favor of Vilixum. Let's see how they do, but what a hold by Deadly. Clearly your controller pick is superior. I'll say that.
Thank you. And yeah, I mean, I feel like this is one round that Vilixum does not want to lose, because going into second half, having at least 4 rounds in your favor is gonna be a good start, but having just 3 is just not gonna crack it. It's gonna make the next half really, really difficult, because then it's not just about the number of rounds you don't have, it's also about the number of rounds that your opponents secure. So
yeah, definitely, and they fumbled again, Vilixum. They've left A side completely unattended, and just like that they have A side Weird Esports, but 2 flankers coming through, Flick to Ace and Slumdoggy. MF God will be the differentiator. He picks off 1, and just like that, Deadly, he's all over it again. 3k, and Flick to Ace picks off 1 on the flank, on the way to flank towards the site. 1v4, not for long. SazmiF wraps up the half 3-9 in the favor of Weird Esports.
Switching sides.
okay, I am not gonna jinx anything further from here. I did want Vilixum to get 1 more round right here, but again, I don't think it's gonna be impossible. I mean, obviously nothing's impossible when you have teams like these. But yes, walking into the second half is gonna be a little bit more difficult for the side of Vilixum. Let's see if Weird is gonna be bringing the same A game when they are on the defense.
Yeah, I'm rather interested to see how they'll play defense, because their approach to attackers was pretty much a standard approach. I think on defense, Vilixum had the lack of patience in some cases, and leaving out A side just because the attackers are favoring C and B often is never too great of an idea. And this time around as well, the attackers who are Vilixum are heading towards C-set. And as you can see, MF God being smart enough to get one pick. And in that corner, they have a tricky bad love to worry about with a shorty. And Sazmiev comes through with a double K to pick it off the round in their favor. Weird eSports. I almost went into gibberish mode there because for a second I thought Bad Love might have just picked off two, but he happened to get only one with that shorty.
Exactly. I was also expecting Bad Love to go ahead and pick a few kills, but that did not work out in his favor. However, pretty sure there's gonna be more that's gonna be coming in from the side of Vilixum on this side. However, this first round has gone towards the side of Weird already, and I am pretty impressed by the way they're holding the sides. And honestly, I feel like on a map like Haven, having you know, Omen is a good thing, because then you can teleport across to the new site without really wasting your time in rotating. So that's a good thing to have always whenever there's a huger number of sites that
Player standing.
Yeah, definitely. And we saw Bad Love with the shorty. Now we get to see him with the judge. He gets picked off, however, but he dealt enough damage to the opponents to secure the round for his team. Sazmiev coming through with the last frag. And we're on round number 15, just like that. 14 rounds, and they're still trailing Vilixum.
That's right, and if this round goes in the favor of Weird, they will already be on the match point. So let's see if this is where the curse breaks for the side of Vilixum and they finally start getting a streak of wins just like Weird has in the previous section.
Oh, we just might see this round go in favor of the defenders. Maybe I'm being too audacious with that prediction as Rio wide swings into a long infos come through, and guess who's flanking? It's Bad Love with the judge.
A judge on a flank. I am a little bit skeptical, but I'm not gonna go ahead and, you know, state it as a fact though.
But MF God dealing enough damage to secure the round win path. 3k. Rio getting that frag onto Dexter as a trade for MF God down to a 1v2, and he prevents them from going into match point. Flick to ace as he picks off Bad Love.
That was a really cute glide though. I wanted Bad Love to win that fight just because the glide was so impressive. Anyways, we are again in a 1v1 situation, really low HP on the side of Rio, and Cypher looking pretty good with a good hold onto A side with the spike lying around him as well.
What are the odds? Completely unaware, and flick to ace goes down to Rio. Incredible flank by Rio. He was able to really be aware enough that flick to ace is gonna come check side, and he quickly bolted through Suez into long and got that frag that mattered into match point already.
That is absolutely right, and I do not understand how the sound cue for the entrance of Sova did not reach through to Cypher, but well, I guess it was just that moment that slipped off.
Yep. And even to the brilliant shift walkers, but no one shift walking here outside garage. Bad Love picks off Dexter. Slumdoggy picking off two, however, for his team down to a 4v3. This time in favor of the attackers, not for long. 3v3, 2v2, and the neural theft is out on your eSports side. And they're all down to a 1v1 within a matter of 20 seconds, folks.
This has been a really quick round with a lot of kills coming back and forth and a steady 1v1 happening right now. We're already seeing Rio lurking all the way towards spawn, still deciding on which side to attack on, while Cypher holding towards A at this point of time. I would have been at B just because it makes the rotations way more easier towards both the sides.
But it's tricky, right? B, when you don't know where your opponent is, he could come from either of the links. But clearly he's at an advantage here. He can get that plan down at a perfect time and can be able to reposition himself as well for the possible retake that's coming through from MF God. Of course, it's a 1v1, so let's not presume it's a big retake. But yeah, I feel MF God should be able to get this round for his team and finish it off. I just wonder, he is not aware. He's not aware. Is he aware? No, he wasn't. He was close though. I'll pick that round off, and just like that, recon dart on the Cypher as well. Yeah. Clearly,
That
match hasn't finished yet.
That is absolutely right, and I mean that was some weird gameplay coming in towards the end of the round. I mean, that is one of the places that I would be checking first in that site because it's a really secure and double peak offering side on the site. So
Yep.
I don't know how that was not one of the priority spots to check in, but still, with that, there's still hope coming in for the side of the
And just like as you say, trade for trade goes through in a long battle of picks off one with that Blade Storm. Guess what? It's the one of, if not the most crucial player over at Vilixum, Sakuna.
That is right. And with that, we are already seeing
Our spike carrier is killed.
Vilixum being on the
Spike
man-count
down
advantage
A.
here, which gets leveled down as soon as I say it by
I
MF
know
God taking that
exactly
Zatakster
where
out,
you
and we are seeing neural trap going online from the side of Vilixum, and the
Yeah,
spike is already in.
Yeah, and MF God making up for his last round loss clearly. He wants to get back at the opponents, run it back from Weird Sazmi's side, gets a bit of info and possibly an advantage perhaps as they come through CT. They've got a closer in-range Slum Doggy to worry about. Gets picked off by Flick to Ace and it's all down to Sazmi F.
In a 1v2 situation, I don't think Sazmi is I was gonna say he is not incompetent for a 1v2 situation, but then he got taken out before I could even finish the sentence, so I'm just gonna withdraw that sentence midway so that I don't stand as the noob who does not know what to say.
But regardless, unfortunate that they're fumbling so much, Weird eSports. But then again, they just need one round, so it's okay the number of mistakes they can make. But definitely they wouldn't want to keep extending this because Eco doesn't last a lifetime for sure.
out of my
They're
way.
on a save round as well this round.
Bishop Chakravarti says hacker has
Spike down C.
true dude. Either that or they're magicians. It's one of the two.
Hunter's Fury versus Hunter's Fury, and they were after bad love for Blur almost as Rio ends up taking out a friendly Sazmiev goes down, and this is the second TK of Valorant Summer Showdown. Down goes Deadly to Arish, and we got MF God with the Marshall decapitate Sakuna, and he's trying to take one more off. It's down to a 2v2 Cypher and so on either side.
One enemy remaining.
With that fight coming in, a good support play from the side of Sova, you know, giving a good backup to Flick to Ace, making sure that Cypher does not have a single area to look at. He has to keep switching between two players while he gets taken out with that kill from Flick to Ace.
Yep, but Arish is completely unaware, I'd like to presume, or might have just seen a glimpse of Rio as he
remaining.
pushes Arish, and the
Spike
spike's
down
down,
A.
and just like that, the tables might have just turned in favor of the defenders. Weird
30
eSports,
seconds left.
probably the closest they've come so far for the map victory.
That is right, and with that last
retrieved the
Flick
spike.
to Ace versus Rio, let's see
Cage
how
3.
it goes.
Aware of Flick to Ace's position, he makes his way towards B side. Rio's gonna
10 seconds left.
follow him diligently and will not get that frag. Flick to Ace gets the frag on Rio, and the match continues. What a match we're watching, man.
That's right. I mean, all the way from 312, we have come to 612. This seems like a climb, like a steep climb that Vilixum is very determined to go through with.
Yep. Yeah, definitely, and a pause coming through as well. I'm wondering, like, they're doing everything right when they're down to a 2v2 and a 1v1 Vilixum. Clearly, I mean, they've been able to extend this. It was 312 when they were at match point, Weird eSports, and now we're up into 612. Again, I don't want to take off the possibility of a overtime here.
I mean, we are waiting for that, aren't we? Because this is literally the last day of Summer Showdown, so you really don't want to go home early on this one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but Weird Esports, they just need one round to go their way. One round. And I think they can make it happen. This pause should give them a time to rethink their holds. You know, when they're peaking as well, always double peak, folks. That's clearly what went down in Garage as well. But yeah, just they're not able to make it happen. They're always down to a 2v2, 1v1 and end up losing that.
That is right. With a 6-12 scoreline, I mean, I am waiting to see if the gap is gonna close in or if we're gonna move in towards the next map in this round. Because this seems like one that Weird is bound to win because Bad Love is already on that operator, running heavy and hot, and there's Vandals and Phantoms to support him. So I think this may be the round that's gonna close it.
Yep, full by both sides. You'd expect it to be the round, but we did see those rounds earlier on as well. So I'd like to leave it a chance. But yeah, this pause just might work in everyone's favor, especially Weird Esports' favor.
Yeah, if it doesn't work in their favor, they're gonna be in a lot of economic drain in the next round because
Mm-hmm.
they don't have much credits already. They are forced buying themselves into the game. So I feel like if they are committing with that much economy, they'll also be committing towards the fights and actually securing them. So let's just see if that actually works out. If it doesn't, then we're gonna be seeing at least a couple of rounds coming in a row for the side of Vilixum because the economy is gonna be way down.
Yeah, definitely. And as the round starts, I'm going to drop a random prediction. Bad Love, if he gets 2 picks, his team wins this map. That much. This round at least. As he sits in the bottom of the scoreboard, those 2 picks matter so much, but Deadly coming up and getting that first blood onto Slum Doggy. A crucial player down as the attackers, Vilixum, head towards Ace side. They've got company. He misses the first shot. Bad Love do not make of his leg. It teams your support fixed one off, and it was the crucial pick at Dexter.
Right now, it seems like this is the round. Sakura getting a really sneaky kill onto Sesame F, being a very crucial player on the side of Beard. Let's see if Flick2A is getting back-to-back kills with 2 taken out and then getting traded off by the opponent Cypher. Right now, this is a 1v1 situation, really low HP on Sakura, but then a good lurk coming in for the side of Sakura.
He held his position pretty darn well, Sakura. Picks off the final player over at Weird Esports and ensures that round wins 7-12. And clearly, Dexter was 1 kill short of the possible round win. At least based off of my prediction.
True. With a very good, early frags on the entry itself, 2 people taken out soon as the round started. I don't know how this managed to become a throw from the side of Weird, but it does not harm at all because the more rounds go into the favor of Vilixum, the longer the match is gonna be and the better the chances of an overtime.
Yeah, and I'm so surprised to see Ascent completely clear as Sakna picks off Bad Love. Neural theft comes through from Flick to Ace, and the enemies have been revealed, and they're short of 3 players, while all 5 players of Vilixum are out and about. They should be able to get Ascent and the plant down, giving them more than enough time to reposition themselves for a possible retake coming through from Weird Esports.
This one is gonna be a round for Vilixum. I'm just gonna go ahead and state it straight away. I already said that if they lost the last round, it's gonna be at least a couple of rounds coming in a row for the side of Vilixum. So I am gonna stand by on that round and see Vilixum take this one. I'm still gonna stick by it. I'm still gonna stick by it.
Because Sazmiev just one-tapped 2 players from team Vilixum off the map, and of course he won't stay for long. Sakuna gets him and rounding that up as 8th win for them. I almost thought.
Yeah, I would have actually weighed in towards the side of Weird if it wasn't Vilixum on the opponent's side. You cannot expect a 1v5 to go straight ahead very easily when it's teams of this caliber, and I am so happy that my commitment to my call did not become an over commitment.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It actually worked out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm surprised how similar these 2 teams' holds were. I mean, last round they had Aside completely empty Weird Esports, and that cost them a lot going into the later on rounds. But MF God goes down at C side, gets the orb, pretty decent hold, and I think they're aware of that Vilixum as they head towards another side.
They are gonna be playing a little bit of jiggling here because they are, still making sure that the defenders are not completely aware of the push. The defenders are still trying to make their way into B, and now finally deciding to move towards A while the attackers are completely in control of the side right now.
Yeah, but guess who's at A? It's deadly, but he's not as
One
deadly as he
enemy
was in the couple of other rounds. And it's all down to SazMeF. Yet again, another round. And yeah, Vilixum look poised to get this round as well.
That is right. Astra's wall can come into play right now, and that would be a good defense mechanism coming in from the side of Vilixum. That too, if needed. That's literally if needed, because right now it doesn't even seem like they're gonna be needing it. Even a run it back would be a good idea to go ahead, get intel, take a kill. But no, Arish is gonna just walk straight in, take a kill, come back, and be like, alright, we're done. Wrapping it up.
How is this slipping out of the hands of Weird Esports? How?
Yeah, I don't know
Honestly.
how they managed to get that much oil. It's like it's going on getting costlier.
Yeah,
That was a bad joke.
Really is. Vilixum is probably have more momentum now, and they're closer than ever, hungrier for that overtime, which is on the horizon. 3 rounds more, and they've got it. Overtime. Need 1 round to go in their favor as Rio and Bad Love hold on to A side, picks up that orb. Blade Storm is out, and Vilixum will hold back for just a bit.
I have seen Dexter go in with the Blade Storms quite a few times, but did not see Bad Love going on it so far in the rounds. But now that I saw him get taken down soon as he even tried to take a kill, just makes me feel like maybe on Storm Blades we think Dexter is a better one.
That Cosmic Divide shook up Weird Esports quite a bit. And it cost them everything but a flank coming through from SazMeF. He's got the Sheriff yet again, but it's Sakuna on the other side to worry about. Okay, Phantom's out as well. 1v1 for now at A long, as the rest of the players from Vilixum stay on site. And this little tap dance goes in favor of Vilixum.
10-12, all the way from 3-12. What do you think is going bad for the side of Weird right now?
I mean, at first it seemed like they weren't winning their final 2v2s and 1v1s. But now, as I see it, the last 3 to 4 rounds, their holds have been disastrous. They've ended up like Vilixum on defense. They're leaving one side completely empty, and more often than not, Vilixum are being just as smart as Weird Esports and waiting for the amount of info they can get and playing off of that. Again, we see A possibly completely empty, but the Hunter's Fury coming through from Vilixum's side. Will he be able to pick off possibly at least one player? Yes, he will.
Spike down,
Arish gets
C.
one. Flick2S gets another. And they're at a man disadvantage. Not for long. Deadly and SazMeF picks off one each. And we're down to a 2v3. They've turned it around.
That's right. The advantage is currently in the side of Weird. Let's see if
Last
they're gonna be
player
able to
standing.
capitalize on that. The tripwire is already online. Let's see if that's gonna hold Arish off. Arish's location is already given out. Cypher is coming in from the backside. Sorry, it's Phoenix. Gets the kill.
Defenders win.
And with that last kill coming in from the side of Sasmi, this is gonna be a round towards Weird, making the map theirs as well.
Ooh, what a match. It almost seemed at the very end that Vilixum would have taken that map to overtime. I mean, it almost seemed like it. Sakuna gave it his all. Flick2S also at his best. I mean, players coming throughout, all the players. What do you think of the match, Aahna?
Well, this was an absolutely amazing match to watch. The way the rounds kept slipping towards the end, it made me feel like we were gonna walk into a very much awaited overtime. Did not happen, but still, the number of rounds that came in even after reaching the match point was really astounding, and I am so excited to see what these teams bring up for us towards the next maps, because again, this is one of the maps where complete control goes towards the attacking side, and whenever a team is on the attacking side, they have a huge advantage on this map, which we really saw these teams go ahead and use on their advantage. But then again, yeah, I feel like towards the second half, towards the second map, that's gonna become a little lesser effective because it's not gonna be three sites anymore. So that's where we're gonna be seeing much more utility deployment, I guess.
Yeah. And talking about utility deployment, Sakna did a brilliant job as much as he could with his nebulas, with his cosmic divide as well. And yeah, at the end of the day, that one round that went away for them, for Vilixum, was the specific round things went the way for VR Esports, of course. For once, the fact that they had completely left B and A just for the Cypher on their team, MF God, clearly paid out because everybody were headed towards C for on Vilixum's side, and they stuck to it. They weren't willing to get the info and possibly rotate off of the info as well. And yeah, VR Esports took it home. A bit longer than they'd like it to be, the map itself, but clearly their map pick, their map win.
That is right. And it has been a while since we've had the same team get the map pick as well as map win. However, going back to the polls, MF God is the one that got most number of votes. It was 53%, and he is the one who was the top fragger tied up with Sasvi. So it's a win-win for the people who said someone else as well as the people who said MF God. So good there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious to see MF God on Duelist, possibly in the next map.
That's right. Here comes a super chat from Zafir Mohammed, says GGWP Weird Esports. And yes, that definitely is a GGWP from the side of esports. Sorry, Weird Esports. And without any further ado, let's walk into a small tiny break so that we can bring you back another map.
Onwards, then.
The back and forth has got me so messed up. Don't ignore the signs. We've had enough of the whole damn thing that we got going. You hold the strings without me knowing. Why do I have to suffer through the thinking? Why do I have the feeling that we're sinking? I need to find a way. Find a way. Find a way. Find a way out. What's all this for? It's got me turned around, but I can't ignore the feelings that I found in this whole damn thing that we got going. You hold the strings without me knowing. Why do I have to suffer through the thinking? Why do I have the feeling that we're sinking? I need to find a way. Find a way. Find a way. Find a way out. Find a way out.
good evening, and welcome back to the final day of Valorant Summer Showdown 2021, presented by PixelScope Entertainment. I am Aahna Aiden, and I am joined by Zatakster.
Yeah, and after an intense map 1, to say the least, we are on to map 2, which is a pick from the Vilixum side, Ascent, I believe.
That is right, and Ascent is again one of the maps that is so fun to watch. And again, I mean, actually, all the maps that are coming in line today are the best ones to watch again, because Icebox is my favorite. I know people hate me for saying this, but that's the one I really want to step into already. And yeah, with Ascent, I am expecting some really cool play coming in from both the sides again, because again, this is gonna be a Jet Sage combo map, I guess. That's the one that I see the most on this map.
And yeah, right before talking about agent comps, which we will lead into, you talk about Icebox, that's going to start a debate for sure in chat, but we always like to see an occasional Icebox, something different from the 4 generic maps, quote unquote, some would say. And yeah, if Vilixum might just pick off this map, which is their map, we might just see this go down to map 3. But looking at Weird Esports, the way they played, I think they really need to rely on keeping that momentum going after the sides have been switched. Even a slight hiccup shouldn't interfere with how they play. Honestly, I saw that happening time and time again. That's why it took so long for them to get that final round which they needed to ensure the map win. So yeah, let's see what's in store at Ascent. Agent picks. Here we go.
That is right. And just before we go ahead and see those, a huge shout out to Goodnight Esports for partnering with us on this and making this possible. This is the fantastic thing.
Yeah, thank you. Goodnight Esports and Agent Picks. Flick to Ace is teasing us with a Yoru.
Killjoy is coming in play already. Very, very suspected pick, but I'm not seeing a Sage on either of the sides.
Yeah, Killjoy on either side, locked in and ready to go. Double duelist on either side, similar. I'm rather surprised to see these players be comfortable with a Phoenix pick this time around. But yeah, Sazmi dabbling with either a Phoenix or a Reyna. He's gonna let the clock tick. No, he's not. He's going with that Phoenix pick. And for Ascent, that makes sense, but I'd love to see the likes of Reyna and Raze. Don't get me wrong, yes, I am kind of biased towards Reyna and Raze, but this works in terms of agent comps, much similar to each other, much similar to each other. Like I already said, I'm repeating myself, but yeah, Astra and Omen clearly makes you understand that Weird Esports are comfortable with Omen as the controller rather than any other agent.
I'm completely gonna agree on that. And yes, about your point of wanting to see Raze and Reyna, I think Icebox is gonna be one of the best places to go and see Reyna, Raze, as well as Viper come into play. Like that's one of the most unconventional maps and brings in the most unconventional line of agents as well. So if you do want to see that, keep your fingers crossed and hope for Vilixum to take this one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're starting off on attacker side as well, and seems like a pretty thought out plan already. Leave Flick to Ace on the lurk. We saw him top frag for his team last map. So clearly this is gonna reap the dividends possibly right into round 1 as they back off Weird Esports into side. They're gonna hold.
That's right. I mean, I cannot help but notice that the agent picks on the side of Weird have literally switched, the agent categories. Like MF God has gone ahead and picked a control instead of a sentinel, and Bad Love has picked a sentinel, while Deadly has gone ahead and gone in with a duelist. So that's just a strange move of, agent lineups.
Yeah, definitely, but it also, I mean, credit to them as Rio takes Sakuna off of a shot tag kill down to a 2v4, and it clearly says a lot about Weird Esports on how,
That's done.
diverse their agent pool is for each player. In fact, as Bad Luck picks off Flick to Ace, wrap it all up for them. On defense, Weird Esports takes a round 1 on Vilixum's map.
That they do, and with that, the polls are already online, and you're gonna be able to go ahead and pick the team you want to support for this map. So go ahead and do that.
Yup, Vilixum fans unite. They really need this map. Just to ensure they stand at winning this series, going to Icebox and possibly taking it off the hands of Weird Esports. I won't say much about the start. It's just been round 1, so they can weigh their options and decide which side to push. 2 towards A, 3 towards B. Pretty much textbook as Dexter tries to pick off Bad Love but fails to do so as Flick2Ace picks off Rio at B main.
That's right, with a 4v4 situation, still with a really steady push coming in from the side of the attackers, a scattered push also as well, because they literally have just 3 players alive and still not all 3 are going in together. This is gonna be a single push coming in from the side of Sakuna, which is not the most optimal thing to do right now. The footstep noise has been leaked out to Killjoy. Killjoy is holding a good angle with the turret in a very good position as well.
Yeah, that turret is gonna prove to be the most annoying utility for these guys unless they pick off Bad Love in the first place, of course. And Sakuna gets that. Paranoia comes through to just stall the attackers for just a bit. It really has that effect. Because guess what? The last player sitting in B main Arish, he's the one with the spike.
Just a little bit of patience is all that we are needed on the
30
side of Bad
seconds
Love, because with the turret already in position to point out that position, there was no need to go ahead and peek it, but well,
it happened. But he
It
got the support
happened.
he needed. That Paranoia coming through from MF God clearly held up things for Vilixum and turned the round towards in their favor, in fact.
that is right. And with 2-0 on the board, we're gonna be moving into the 3rd round, and Vilixum is still to open up their accounts yet. No deposits of wins on their side.
Yeah, and it's probably a bit disappointing to see, considering even though it is pistol rounds, you'd expect them to pick off 1 round at least, considering it is their map pick.
That is right. I'm already seeing RVK going ahead in chat and saying, wow, Sasmith and Battle of best players in India. Well, they might very well be, and we're gonna be able to see that actually in action once they beat up Vilixum one more time and take the map. If they don't, then Vilixum definitely will be the one having the better players.
Yeah,
To be true.
yeah, that's for sure. But things are not looking up for Vilixum right now. As one more gets picked off, Deadly. He's on a roll. He switched from Omen to Jet. He's got the operator in his hands as well. Flick2Ace gets MF God. But for how long will Flick2Ace stay standing? He picks off Deadly.
That's right, but right now he's getting pinched from everywhere. His location is revealed. Soma is coming in from the front while one is on back side. Sesame is a little bit slow on this one. The alarm bot has gone into place, so this is gonna be an intel-rich round for the side of Flick2Ace. It's not gonna be impossible to clutch. Let's see if it happens.
Alright.
Doesn't. Considering Bad Love as well as Sasmi F played that really well. Even though the lockdown went down, they didn't hold back. They pushed him because that was the only way. Incredible hold by Flick2Ace at B main. Truly, I mean, to be able to pick off the operator who's deadly at mid market was something commendable. Purely a loss of eco over at Weird Esports' side as well. So a bit of damage dealt, but at what cost, right? They haven't won a single round yet.
That is right. I mean, it could have been a round for their side if, Weird was a conventional team that held back when a lockdown came into play. But then again, these are the teams that have come up all the way towards the surface, always as a better team, and making sure that they are learning from every single match, from every single death. So with that, you
Spike
cannot
down
expect
mid.
them to just go ahead and hold back like a usual team would.
100%. Save round coming through from Vilixum and clearly costing them, but not so much as it's down to a 2v3. Make that 2v2. Sakuna with the one taps
player
coming through.
standing.
An unfortunate reload cost him his own life on the map, and it's all down to one player, Mr. Dexter on catwalk.
I am not completely in the favor of Dexter right now. I hate to say this, but I don't feel like this is gonna be the round for Vilixum, because it's just a round that seems to be going more in the favor of the defenders. They are holding cautiously, and Dexter still does not know where to go. He's getting pinched and he doesn't even know this.
Yeah, but for his support, he's got the clock on his side, but clearly doesn't pay off. MF God, beautiful pick off for the 4th round win in their favor. Weird eSports, quite the momentum they've built on the opponent's map pick.
That is right. Already with a 4-0, moving into the 5th round. I see we are doing really good, bringing in their ace game, and I am, hoping to see Vilixum pick up the momentum that they picked in the last map, but a little bit sooner on this one than that, because starting that late just does not get you anywhere. And I am seeing Odin come into play. That's gonna be a really interesting watch, because on this map we have seen a lot of times defenders going in with an Odin spam and actually getting the attackers before they even make their way into the site to those wall bang spams.
And they run it back in play. They're aware of a killjoy onside, but were they aware of 2 cheeky players from the Weird eSports side? Had no effect, however, as Dexter picks them off one by one. The spike hasn't gone down yet. Cosmic Divide is up, and that just might end up being the 1st round win. But guess what? Bad Love still under heaven. Are you aware, Weird eSports? Are you aware, Bad Love with the turret under? Cost them Dexter, but Arish gets that trade down to a 2v4. And Odin diff? Question mark?
Might very well be a 2v4 situation right now, with man-count advantage going in favor of Vilixum. Is this their round?
One enemy remaining.
Down to Rio, who was on the Odin, on Weird eSports side, and I don't think Vilixum is going to let him save that one. Down goes Slumdog in the attempt of making sure Rio loses that gun. Doesn't work out in their favor. The closest player there is Flick to Ace, but Rio has pretty much jumped his way all the way to B main. He'll save the gun, but it's costed them the round. 1st round win on the board for Vilixum.
That's right. However, I don't feel like saving the gun was the reason that cost them the round, because again, I don't feel like it was a retakeable round. So with that, yes, going into the 6th round with finally a round in the favor of Vilixum, and if they are going to be continuing with the momentum they had the last game, we might very well see a trail of wins coming in from their side now.
Yep, definitely. If they can keep it up just the way they did on attacker's side at Haven, they're looking at equalizer sooner than later.
That is true. With the Odin still in hands of Rio, we're going into the 6th round of the game, closing the 1st quarter with this one. Let's see if the operator is going to be coming in handy.
Vilixum holds back in their respective positions, trying to gain as much as info they can. They're aware of MF God in Cubby, I presume. Trying to shake things up on Weird eSports' side, draw them out rather than going to them, you know. And they almost did have Rio in a line of sight. Would have been an incredible pick as well, but didn't quite work in their favor. They're going to head towards B main. Now, all he has to do is hit that left mouse button. Doesn't quite get one. Realizes recon dart is what he needs. Will be able to favor Zazmi F in picking off Slumdoggy. And just like that, he should be able to get another one as well. Rio's going ballistic.
Rio saved himself somehow with that bunny hop for a second, but then got taken out by Sesame. And now we are on a 5th round that has come in the favor of Weird. So that's 5-1 scoreline, close up the 1st quarter. Let's see how the next half of this 1st half goes for Weird eSports, because Vilixum right now does not seem like they are picking up the pace. Completely concentrated push designed from their side. Let's see if they're gonna stick with it once the timer is up as well, because if they do, this is gonna be a really weird-sided round.
Yeah, but Blade storms out, and so does the Hunter's Fury come through from the attacker side, Vilixum, and Rio's kind of cornered and he gets wiped off the map along with his Odin. And spikes down as well as Slumdoggy manages to get that molly kill onto Bad Love. We're down to a 3v4, and Vilixum has a spike. Question is, how much longer can they wait until the retake comes through?
That's right. MF got already securing a kill.
One
Sakuna in a
enemy
very
remaining.
good position. That's one of the, locations where having a defender generally helps a lot. But this has been secured by the attacking side. So Zen is gonna be in a really tight situation, loses the round, and Vilixum takes this one against my word.
Covering it. Need that back.
Yeah, funny moment there for Deadly. He almost thought he could shoot the Nova Pulse just to ensure that doesn't affect him, but clearly you can't do that, and he got traded for. Interesting round. Vilixum managing to get that round as well. I almost thought it could have gone the way of Weird Esports, considering we saw that play in the previous round being Weird Esports' Sazmi as well as Rio playing off of each other pretty darn well, and both were towards A side. But clearly didn't work out that way.
A very early lockdown coming in from the side of defense. Is this a strat to try and make the push go concentrated towards B on purpose, or is this a fat finger?
Possibly on purpose, because think about it, right? Just look at what's happening. Deadly's picking off Vilixum members one by one, and with that Rio ultimate coming through, Hunter's Fury has made the damage. That's the damage that's needed, and flawless round for Weird Esports. I lost a couple of words there.
Played, yeah, really cleverly played. All the wit shown through from the side of Weird on this one, and
Caution here.
yeah, I mean, I thought it could have been a fat finger because in a lobby like this, I wouldn't expect the opponent team to fall for this. Like, I would expect Vilixum to actually hold back and then push towards A after a little bit of time. But well, Vilixum did walk into B and fall right through into the trap.
Completely left field plays on and off during a map is what really you need to be doing, and that's what Weird Esports did, and clearly worked out in their favor. But mind you, it doesn't always work out in your favor. I think every player knows that. But yeah, as long as the pressure's there, which Deadly ensured, hopefully he can ensure this round as well. Catwalk into the bridge as Sakuna gets picked off. They are on a save round in their defense as they get picked off one by one, and the spike's down at mid.
FSI God says, where is Demon? Well, exactly my question, man. Even I'm asking, where is Demon?
And that catwalk continues to be the battleground, and
Last player standing.
MF God picks off Flick to Ace, and we're down to a 1v2, which I must commend Vilixum for. They were on a sort of a save round, and they've dealt quite the damage, haven't they?
They definitely have, but this does not seem like Vilixum's around because Slumdoggy is in a position that another player from Vilixum was in
30
a couple
seconds
of
left.
rounds ago. I think it was Bad Love, I'm not completely sure, but yes, the same exact pinch is something that I see coming up right now. Let's see if MF God is gonna manage this.
Enemy remaining.
Gets caught from the back, does not realize the push. Now
They're
it's gonna
set-
be Rio versus
10
Slumdoggy.
seconds left.
And they're set for a possible thrifty round, Vilixum, and this might just be the one they need, but look the wrong way, buddy. Rio gets a 3k to wrap that up for his team. But
Right here.
quite the damage dealt by Vilixum, I must say. I mean, the eco on Weird Esports side clearly shaken up quite a bit.
That is right, with 7-2 walking into this double-digit round count of the 10th round. Let's see if this is gonna be, 9-3 like the last time, or if we're gonna be seeing a better score. What's your score prediction?
My score prediction, Vilixum
For the
comes
first
back and we go into overtime. Highly unlikely, but it is what it is. And the funny part about this is recon dot for recon dot, and the bad loves on the Odin as well. But how close is he gonna be to pick off at least 2 players from the Vilixum side?
You
That is right. And right now, 4-4 situation. Attacker Killjoy has already gone ahead with the lockdown, which has been destroyed.
They've not gotten out of B main, and 2 ultimates have gone down. The Cosmic Divide and the Lockdown. They're making their way into the site. Can't even approach it. Slumdoggy, what a frag onto Bad Love. He was with the Odin, and just like that, Rio wraps it up for the team on defender side. 3k, the 3 kills that mattered. 8-2 as the score stands.
That is absolutely right. And right now, with that useful Odin spam that came in from the side of Bad Love, and now the Odin has been switched down and handed to Rio. I feel like a similar, hold by Rio on site B. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Rio is holding site B while the rest of the team controls mid and stays on A with 2 members on each side.
And you talk about the Odin, right? I almost forgot to mention how Rio was actually throwing his gun in front of Bad Love and requesting for the Odin. But yeah, cheeky moment there at B main earlier on last round. But A pushed this time around by Vilixum. Run it back, got a bit of info. Didn't quite displace Pure eSports. Now this is where it counts, right? Sazmiev was able to pick off 2 players regardless of Vilixum's player coming through with that run it back.
Currently, Killjoy was not in aware positions of knowing where Sakuna is, but Sakuna managed to get that sneaky kill onto Killjoy, making it a 3v3 leveled grounds for both the teams. A little bit low HP on the jet of Vilixum, but that's not gonna be a huge disadvantage. So with that, let's see if we're gonna be seeing another round coming in for the side of Vilixum, because they are going into B and the defenders seem to be unaware of the situation.
Yeah, clearly they're completely unaware, as the spike will go down as well at B's side. Rio's droning for no cause at mid-top, and the spike goes down. Arish has the time to reposition himself in a more aggressive angle just to ensure he picks off one. But no, instead he gets picked off. But the damage being dealt by Dexter 1 by 1, but will get picked off by MF God. Wrap it up. Pure eSports gets their 9th round win.
There's the defuse. Just a matter of seconds before we see that 9th round flash on their side. I think it's gonna be a 10-2 in the second half, but I'm not gonna write 9-3 off completely, because the last time I tried to say it was gonna be a weird round, it turned out to be a Vilixum round. Anyway, the pattern looks very cute though. A defuse, 3 eliminations, then a round from the side of Vilixum, then a round from Weird, again a round from Vilixum, and then again 3 eliminations on a defuse. It's so symmetrical.
Yeah. I was about to say how they're possibly better on attacker's side, Vilixum, but then again, we're not seeing the same result as Haven on attacker's side for Vilixum. So let's just say when the sides switch, we just might see a different kind of Vilixum playing.
Well, that might very well happen, and in the second half, if they actually again gain the same momentum a little bit early, let's say 3 rounds earlier than the last time, we might be walking into overtime, and that's gonna be something worth watching and worth waiting for.
Definitely, they're trying hard to get control of A's side. Bladestorm's out. MF God, how long will you stand? Not for long, as Dexter picks him off. But on the other side, Samiev picks off Flick to A's. Hunter's Fury comes out. Run it back is all there. It's the last round of the half, folks. Used it all.
Badler was in a really good position, but then changed angles at the very wrong time. The timing is such a sneaky thing on this map.
Definitely down to a 2v3. Trying to hold and play retake. Attackers, Vilixum need this round. They want it to be 9-3 instead of 10-2.
With the defuse already going in, yeah, with the defuse already going in, half already done through with 1v3 situation, we might be seeing another round from Vilixum, yes.
Nowhere to run!
Save this Hunter's Fury for post round, just for bucks. And 9-3 as the sides have been switched. Interesting half. Clearly Weird eSports being the superior team on defense. But after that Haven match, I'm not even going to predict anything, considering Vilixum coming back the way they did on a map which wasn't their pick. So how much of a difference are we going to see on this map, which is their pick in fact, in terms of coming back? Reverse sweep, maybe?
Well,
yeah,
I mean, I am hoping to see early momentum pick coming in from the side of Vilixum on this map, and once they are on the
deploying drone
defending side, they might be coming through with a much better gameplay than Weird did, because again, their pick, hoping for it to be their win, so that we can walk into Icebox.
But we've ever so often been proved wrong. Regardless of the pick, the better team wins, and Deadly and MF God picks off 2 players off the Vilixum team. And we're down to a 4v3. How strong will their side hold be? The spike's gone down as well. Tags going through, and 2 of the players on Weird eSports' side have very low health.
Last player standing.
That's right. With that kill coming on to Aahna from the side of Rio. This was another round closed down for the side of Weird. 10-3. 10-3 as the scoreline stands. I mean, I am seeing Weird going ahead and literally taking control of the match as soon as the round begins.
I almost thought Vilixum had a shot at that round, considering 2 of the players from Weird eSports were heavily damaged. But then again, clearly, this is probably a lesson for Vilixum eSports. If you're gonna frag at a member of the Weird eSports team, take them out of the map. Don't leave them hanging with 1 HP even.
That's right, you do not want to take any risk at all.
No, you don't.
With those back and forth kills coming in from both the sides, 3v3 situation on board with less than 20 seconds taken off the time chart. I feel like this is a good one.
The rounds do end up being quick sometimes, and Sakuna managed to level the playing field for not for long. 1 by 1, Sazmiev picks off the members of Vilixum, and it's all down to Slumdoggy, who pushes Sazmiev, who's pretty much off the map now, down to 1v1.
But that's definitely gonna be a lot of intel provided to Bad Love for the side of Weird eSports. With that jiggle peek coming in from the side of Bad Love, but Slumdoggy actually doing a really big brain gameplay here, putting up a molly, trying to move it from the other side, does not realize there's a swamp grenade already, and gets taken down by Bad Love.
Another round win for Weird eSports, and they're closer than ever for match point on the opponent's map. The way things are looking, Icebox, we might not see Icebox today.
Well, that might very well be, but again, from 12-3 going all the way to 13-10 is something we've already seen Vilixum do, and this is their map, so I can expect them to go further than that. So even though Icebox may or may not be on the match, but I'm definitely rooting in my points for an overtime coming in for this one.
Right, prediction. But for those of you who stayed with us for the Haven match, might just think Vilixum can get it this time around. They have gotten sight. I'd say no, they haven't. 1 by 1, the players fall, and it's down to a 4v4. Sazmiev trying his best. Here side, Dexter with the judge is picking off players 1 by 1, 2v2, and the match continues.
It's almost like a 2v1 because Rio had really low HP and then got taken out by Arish. So Vilixum is on a man count advantage right now. Bad Love balances it off very quickly by taking Sakuna off, and now it's Arish versus Bad Love. I would put my bets on Bad Love because I have seen a much better gameplay coming in from his side than I did from Arish, but not gonna write it off because again, Sova is one of the agents that can collect intel as well as take a fight in the most effective ways.
And this is the type of awareness you'd like to see in a player, wasn't it? He had 1 ult point left for the lockdown. He hopped his way back to B main to get that lockdown. He sets up his turret, alarm bot, and the lockdown goes down. He needs a spike. How's he gonna get to it is the question. He's aware where Arish is. He's gonna try a decent running gun. His turret's gonna be the mighty messenger for him. Arish is down to half HP. What's happening here? Bad luck? Wait, what? He waited for the lockdown! He detained the player! If this is not big brain, I don't know what is.
Oh my goodness. He walked all the way towards I guess it was Arish? Yeah, walked all the way towards to Arish, gave him a knife kill. That was the best way of sealing a match point for the team, and I am letting you guys know on like the inside information. Everyone is giggling here. Why?
Because, I mean, talk about complete awareness of what's happening. His turret held Rio off, making sure he took the most amount of time to switch through between his guns and even move for that matter. The push this round, however, goes towards B. As the run it back from Weird Sazmiev comes through, he picks off 1 from Vilixum, picks off 2. He's down to 5 HP, but mind you, this is run it back.
That is right, and Sensei has always, shown the best gameplay on this map.
One
So
enemy
I'm pretty
remaining.
sure he's gonna be getting at least one more kill. But his teammates are not bad either, so they've already managed to take 2. It's just Killjoy remaining. Stick to it, gets a click on Rio with that.
Attackers
Sachi
win.
managed the last kill. Yes, he did.
GG's. Yep, GG's in the chat. I mean, what a match. What 2 maps. I mean, brilliant to say the least. Honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed those. I mean, that frag from Bad Love, I presume. I hope I'm not wrong. The Bad Love onto Arish. Brilliant
Yes.
stuff. You'd like to see that kind of awareness from all the players every round, but that's a bit inhuman. But yeah,
That's the moment of the match for me. Like
yeah.
all
Definitely.
utilities put into play. It was a 1v1. He made sure it did not seem like a 1v1 at all. Put up the turret, made sure that there was enough, time for him to move around and go ahead get the knife kill. I really wish that was the last round instead of being the second last, because that would have been a way to close the match. But anyways, walking into a match point with that was not any bad either. But yeah, I feel like I'm that monster you cannot stop feeding because I keep wanting more. But in either case, really amazing matches. And even though we're not going into the third map, I feel like we saw some of the best plays of the whole Valorant Summer Showdown in this match.
Yeah, definitely. With the likes of the players coming through from Deadly and even Sasmi F for that matter, thoroughly enjoying Weird Esports clearly standing out. And this statement's been made if it had to be made. They're the better team out of the 2. And yeah, hopefully we'll see Vilixum come through as better players on next time around whenever we see them. Which is the one player that stood out for you, Aahna?
I'm gonna say Bad Love because that moment, I'm literally replaying it in my head constantly, and once I go back, I'm gonna be showing it to all my friends.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna pick Sasmi F. I feel he did what he was supposed to do on both maps, brought it home for his team time and time again in crucial moments. But yeah, taking nothing away from Vilixum, we did see there is potential. Haven, that possible comeback seemed like it was there right before that, say 23rd round, if I'm not wrong. So clearly, they'll be back. They'll be back stronger than ever, I'm sure.
Definitely. And I mean, this is not the end at all. We keep having a lot of tournaments on PixelScope Entertainment anyways, so we're gonna be bringing back all the teams at some point or the other. So keep your eyes out for that one. Stay subscribed. Make sure that you get all the information. With the votes already out, 75% of you thought it was gonna be Weird Esports map, and it turned out to be so. So congratulations on the predictions. And yeah, with that, I think this is it. You have any last words?
Yep, let's wrap it up. It's been a treat. Today's matches, as always, at PixelScope. For those of you who came by, thank you for coming by. We'll see you again next time around. Cheers.
That's it. Good night.
Let's free fall. If we try to believe in anything greater than a miracle, it wouldn't be this difficult. If we try to be a negative bull, yeah, we could be taking control. Yeah. If we try to believe in anything greater than a miracle, it wouldn't be this difficult. If we try to be a negative bull, yeah, we could be taking control. Yeah. We could be taking control. 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 If we try to believe in anything greater than a miracle, it wouldn't be this difficult. If we try to be a negative bull, yeah, we could be taking control. Yeah. If we try to believe in anything greater than a miracle, it wouldn't be this difficult. If we try to be a negative bull, yeah, we could be taking control. Yeah. We could be taking control. 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 Crazy berserker. I killed it, it's murder. Go 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 crazy berserker. crazy.